Hi everybody, Alex Ellis here, and with my sixth, and even though I'm not filming this on the actual day, this is my 16th birthday special, and I've decided to bring to you my top 10 lifts that I have filmed. Now I've drawn up a list, which you can't see because I want them to be a surprise, of my top 10 lifts. Now some of these were a bit tricky. 9 and 10 were a bit tricky. I considered various things such as the 70s Otises at the Victoria Street car park, or my first 80s Express, or many things. But I've talked about many things because some of the stuff which I've filmed recently has taken. So without further ado, let's start the countdown. Number 10. This may come as a surprise to you, and by the way, I've turned down the volume on my videos. This may come as a surprise to you, but these Schindler 3300 MRLs at the car park, regardless of whether they be really rattly and shaky, the chimes are just epic. And it also has a really nice voice. Something though which you don't commonly find on New Zealand lifts, as most talking lifts here have that awful, boring, generic voice. And so it's quite nice. And not to mention, though, that they're fast. Very fast. And if there is any way I like my lifts, it's fast. I'm not really any fan of hydraulics, which is why though that you will only find a couple of hydraulic lifts on this list. Spoilers. So that was number 10. Number 9 was another considerable, but I had to go with this. This is an old Kone lift at Bunnings Warehouse in Tourist Street. This lift is a hydraulic, and goes between the two floors. And so what? Only the buttons and doors actually work on one side of the lift. So it's not in the best condition, but it is still epic. The floor indicator works flawlessly, as you can see, and it really is just an awesome piece of engineering, as you can see, and if you see the full video on my channel, then you will be guaranteed a good time. I'm going to turn the sound up a bit on these, and then you will be guaranteed an awesome video. Yeah. Before we continue on, just something I forgot to mention at the start. Throughout this video, I won't be showing off the whole videos, but just giving you a sneak low sound preview of the lift. If you want to see the lift video in full, then you can go on my channel and look it up. Number 8 is this. It's an Otis 2000 hydraulic. Now I filmed 3 Otis 2000 hydraulics. Now the first one I filmed was absolutely rubbish. Now the recent Otis 2000 hydraulic I filmed was was quite nice, but I just think though that this one in Johnsonville was better. It just speaks the European style Otis. The only thing only thing which it doesn't have on it is a chime, but that's okay. But it is completely styled, and it has quite a nice interior. All of the lights work on the cab panels. The indicator is flawless. This is a 2004 one. Indicator works, and yes, the other one which I filmed in Wellington was good. But I think though that one was a 3-story building. I mean 4-story building, and that lift was very slow. This one here is a bit faster than the other one and is quite nice. Moving on. Number 7. Now obviously there has to be quite a few old, but it doesn't get quite as good vintage as a nice Express. Yes. A nice Express lift. This gated lift I found in Wellington CBD. And yes, it is one that Wago Otis has filmed, but I didn't even get him to give me the address. I was just walking along Willis Street, and then suddenly I just looked to my left and saw it. This is actually my older video of the Express. I do have a newer one. I didn't actually bother to check which video this was when I actually recorded this video. I just grabbed the video, but there is on this one I only went as high as 2, but because there were people on the upper floors. But in the newer video I did actually go all the way up to the top. The reason why this didn't go up so high on my list is because the interior has been botched up slightly by Schindler taking away some of the original character, but not very much. But also the fact that it is quite slow, and I'm not really I prefer my lifts to be a bit faster. Now to the next, which is an old video from 2012. So I'm moving. These are Otis Gen 2s at Christchurch Airport car park. This was back when I was still in a craze about lifts having the correct button beep, so I added it in as a sound effect. But now I regret having done that because it probably kind of ruins the video slightly. But never mind. These are some really nice European Otis Gen 2s, which I was surprised to find. Whereas all of the other Otis Gen 2s here were of the standard style which you generally find here, but not these ones. These were of the nice blue design, and they even had these indicators that show door movements. I've wanted to film this kind of Otis indicator for a long time, and it is still to this day the only one I've found. I really hope that one day I get another chance to film this lift, as it is just such an awesome lift, and it is probably one of the best modern Otis lifts I've actually ever ridden. Moving on to number 5, and it has to be this, or these. These are gated Otis lifts in Wellington CBD. And yes, the buttons have been replaced, the outside indicators don't work, and there is an added floor indicator even though it's analog. But look at this, an original electric gate. It's not that common though to find gated lifts with electric gates, especially in New Zealand. And there was no evidence that the gate was ever manually operated, which suggests that it was installed with an electric gate. And it is, of course, fast. And if it's fast, then that just makes it awesome. It's a really nice old gated lift, and it spans over 9 floors as well. But yeah, as you can see, it has an old floor indicator, probably from sometime around about the 60s or 70s, added in at a later date. But yeah, just a really awesome lift that somebody that's in here. Number 4, Eco Discs at the ACC building. Of all of the Eco Discs I've never ridden, it doesn't get quite much better than my first KSS Eco Discs. Unfortunately though, the ACC building was damaged in an earthquake last year, and there is now it is now highly likely that this building, along with the lifts, is going to be demolished. No! These nice, awesome Eco Discs are going to have to be removed and wrecked. I don't even know if they still work because they've been off for nearly a year. It's been nearly a year since the earthquake that damaged the building. I'm so disappointed that I'm probably never going to get to ride these nice Eco Discs again. As these are so awesome Eco Discs. And number 3, and I'm going to have to zoom out here because this hasn't actually been uploaded to YouTube yet, but I have filmed this lift 3 times before, and if you look up Wellington Hospital on YouTube, you'll find it in my lift tour. By the way, I should also point out that the Christchurch lift is part of a lift tour, so you should look up Christchurch Airport All of the other lifts are singular videos, so looking them up shouldn't be a problem. Now, this video isn't on YouTube yet because it's my latest video, but you can find this video. But you can find this video but you can find other videos of this lift on my YouTube channel under the title Wellington Hospital. These are some really nice, as you can see, touch-sensitive Otis lifts at Wellington Hospital's main tower, and they go quite high, very high in fact, and not to mention that they are fast. And this is what I'm talking about. The video probably won't be quite this high quality when it gets on YouTube because the quality always gets turned down for some reason. Yeah, different bells on the top, yeah, different bell too. But yeah, it's a very, very awesome lift. I won't show you the rest of the video because that will just spoil it. And so, 2 left. Number 2. Now, anybody who knows me would know that there are 2 lifts which I really like. Number 2 position can... Now, there's only really one lift that can take the number 2 position. It's the H-Malt gated lift. The gated H-Malt lift. This lift is sadly soon removal and replacement. A really, really sad thing for this nice old gated lift. This video, which I got the other day, and is part of my video H-Malt is still alive, which is one of the most recent videos on my channel, so it should be easy to find. And is a really awesome, epic, rare, not to mention, gated lift. And this may well be one of the last videos I ever get of it. Sorry, this is the wrong part of the video. Sorry, I'll just skip forward a bit. Turns out that the whole freaking time is stuck. If we just skip forward a bit, then we can skip. I don't want to give away too much about what happens in the replacement trilogy. Disgusting. The cab never used to be like that. And then I do something really stupid, which is press the button when I haven't shut the gate. And for a 3-story lift, it's pretty nippy, given that it's an old rare gated lift, and it levels really nicely as well. Now, I'm not going to give away anymore. And now for number 1. So let's have a recap of what we had. In number 10, we had the noisy talking Schindler lift. The noisy talking Schindler 3300 MRLs at a car park in Wellington CBD. I'm going to tell you all the video titles now as well. At number 9, we had the awesome old Kone lift at Bunnings Warehouse in Torrey Street, Wellington CBD. In number 8, we had the Otis 2000 hydraulic lift in Johnsonville. At number 7, we had the amazing Vintage Express at Willis Street, Wellington CBD. In number 6, we had the Otis Gen 2 lifts at Christchurch Airport under the video title Tour of the Lifts at Christchurch International Airport. And don't try and scroll through my videos. Use the search bar because this video is like right near the bottom because it's from 2012. In number 5, we had amazing gated Otis, Wellington CBD. In number 4, we had Kone Eco Discs at the ACC building in Lower Hutt. In number 3, we had the 70s Otis lifts at Wellington Hospital. Now go onto my YouTube channel and search up Wellington Hospital, and you should And you should find some other lift tours containing this lift. But this lift tour will be up soon, if not already. By the time this video is online, it should be up soon. Number two, the H Malt lift. This particular video is under the title H Malt is still alive, but there are other videos of the H Malt, and then there's other videos but there are other videos in the series under the title H Malt the Inevitable is Coming, then followed by the H Malt is Dead, and then this video, the H Malt is still alive, is my third video. And now for number one. Only one lift it can be. Yep, the 60s Otis at Tui Oaks Motel in Taupo, under the video title Epic 60s Otis at Tui Oaks Motel, Taupo. This is the most awesome lift I have ever ridden. It's quite small, yes, but it is completely original from the 1960s. It's currently the oldest lift in the Taupo area. And it is just a really epic lift, and not to mention it's fast, very fast. For a lift though that only goes between four floors, one of which, level 1, is actually a basement because the floor numbering is a bit crooked here. It's very speedy, and I'm really hoping though that this lift will be around for as long as it's possible, because it is just so awesome. I have never had a dull moment in the number of times I've ridden this lift, both when I stayed at the motel and when I revisited it. It's just such an awesome lift. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my top 10 lifts that I have filmed. And so it's happy 16th birthday to me, and I will see you next time on the Alex Ellis channel.